ได้หรือเปล่าอ่ะ
Bit
เพราะว่าทั้งใจเลยอ่ะเป็นแต่มิวฟูนี่แหละโอ้ยสัสอ้าวนี่แต่มิว
Why is Todd doing that? Hello and welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It with me, your host Lily, and today, y'all, we are going to get into Only Friends episode 5. And y'all, we got way too many revelations last episode. And if y'all saw my reaction to episode 4, y'all know I was like spitballing at the end my different theories, like that Mew might have been a cop, because I do find it suspicious that in this friend group, we know dang near nothing important or really relevant about Mew as a person. We just know what everybody else believes he's like. And then also we know that the friend group has known each other for at least the last 2 years, but we don't know if they've known each other longer than that, and it's never really said. And on top of that, Ray comes from a wealthy background. Boston, aka Ton, comes from a wealthy background. And I'm pretty sure Chuom might come from a wealthy background, and we don't really know the background of her girlfriend April. But all of these people are in the same friend group as Mew. And we know so much about their personal life and their family history. We even know that Ton's dad is a politician. And I'm like, but we know nothing about who Mew's parents are. Don't know if he got no siblings, no cousins, no aunts or uncles. We don't know anything really about this man. And then we also know that Top comes from money. So y'all like, okay, like it's just something ain't adding up. Something ain't adding up. And if something ain't adding up, suspiciousness is happening. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I am going to say. And I ain't got no other words. I ain't got no other words. I ain't got no other words. Period. No other words. No other words. I ain't got no other words. About Mew. Okay? And then I also find it weird that he's just not fazed by certain things, like Top's little blow habit. If you don't know, blow is a street term for that cocaine. The fact that he has a blow habit that he's allegedly going to kick for Mew to sleep with him. We'll see how far. We'll see. And then allegedly Ray has the same drug habit. Y'all, it's giving narcotics bust undercover operation on a BL backdrop. I don't know why I think that, but that's what I'm thinking. And then we have the issue of Ray and his psychological and emotional traumas that Mew knows about and has never really emphasized enough that he needs to get help. Also, you know he's an alcoholic, and now we know that you know he's a drug addict, and you still let him drink? Y'all still be going out to bars? Like, mixing alcohol with narcotics, hard narcotics, is going to do good things. A trash friend Mew is, because I ain't gonna let you like do things that can literally get you killed. All it takes is either alcohol poisoning or a drug overdose and Ray gone. And you're supposed to be the friend that knows about his attempt and his psychological state and his mental state ain't the best and his emotional state ain't the best. And you still out here encouraging his habits. Saying, oh, I told him to quit. Did you tell his dad to check him into a mental hospital? Because I'm like, if you ain't gonna listen to me, I'm gonna go straight to your money line source, okay? I'm gonna go straight to your money line source and tell him you in deep and you need to get help. Trust, because that's what real friends do. But you know, I don't know how it go, but I do know how criminal of an offense it is in Thailand. And it even can come with a death penalty if you're caught using narcotics or dealing them. So, yeah, Mew ain't the best friend. Okay, Mew is not the best of friends. But we still have the issue of Ray having that attachment to Mew. And I really think it stems from Mew saving him during his moment of crisis with his attempt. And that's why he believes that he's in love with Mew, when he's really just appreciative that he was there for him. And that he brought him back from that edge. Okay, but all I do know, everybody's a red flag. I knew Nick was different in episode 3. I was suspecting that Nick was different. And it was confirmed in episode 4, so I wasn't shocked by his behavior. I'm like, that tracks. That's why he was attracted to Ton in the first place. They're pretty similar. It's just that Nick doesn't sleep around like Ton. But what he said to Top about them being similar wasn't incorrect at all. So I'm like, Ton is honest about who he is. He literally lets you know he don't got no loyalty to nobody. And people getting upset at him on Twitter, I'm like, he literally has made it very clear. And it's very honest that he has no loyalty to anyone but himself. So are you shocked he acts like the way he does in the friend group? Did you think that just extended to romantic partners or sexual partners? Nah, in every aspect of life. His number one priority is himself. And he's been about that, and he's voiced it many a time. So why you shocked? Why you shocked? Okay? But yeah, y'all, like, that is my quick recap and my thoughts going into episode 5 of Only Friends. But y'all, we're gonna get straight into this reaction. I do apologize for this long old intro. Okay, but we're just gonna give our patrons their shout out here. Okay, so the first patron shout out does go out to Genoveva. The second patron shout out does go out to Audrine. And then the third patron shout out does go out to, I believe it is pronounced Avery. I could be wrong, so let me know if I am incorrect in that pronunciation. But shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for y'all support on the Patreon. It really does mean the world to me. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, we're going to get straight into Only Friends, episode 5. And we just going to see what it's going to give. We're going to see what it's going to give, y'all. And we're going to see what other truths they're going to reveal. Because I know I'm going to have theories after watching this episode too. And we still got 7 more after this. Like, it's just crazy.
แล้วก็ตื่นมาทำงานมีมันเข้ามา
Oh dang
เฮ้ยไม่คิดจะขอโทษหน่อยเหรอเฮ้ยสัตว์เฮ้ยเฮ้ยแซม
What was he trying to do?
เรื่องจบยังไม่จบใช่ไหมไป
Y'all, he was trying to start a little something when his back was turned. That is such a coward move. That is such a coward move. A punk ass move. Like, how you gonna try to attack somebody when they turn their back on you? When it was already resolved. You just being an ass. Sam better get him. He better get him all the way collected. All the way together. Gather him. Okay? Gather him.
รู้ตัวอีกทีชั่วโมง25ก็มาจากไหนไม่รู้ชั่วโมงพิเศษของไอเล
Ray got his own extra hour and Sand is in love. Oh God. I hope he don't get hurt. Cause he got a whole extra hour just for Ray. How is he ever a thug? Okay.
กูต้องดูแลตัวเองดีวะกูไม่ได้มีเอาเฟกใครรับใช้แบบมึงนะเว้ย
เอาวิ่งกูว่ากูหักไปเอาดีกูไม่รู้มึงมีใคร
You always Nick is always here. That's all I'm gonna say. Why aren't you with Ton? Okay?
สวัสดีเลยสวัสดีวะไม่ได้มี
Does he think that going to the gym is going to compete with Top? There's no competition with that man. He trash. Don't try to compete with him. You already got a one up on him because you're not trash. Period. This man, you know what? It's so early in the morning, sir. And the fact that this is almost on your mind is really interesting. Nick, you don't need to do all this. You are already better than that man. It's hard to be like, It look cute, but we all know who Top is, and that's what makes it not so cute. Sir, you've been writing in your book ever since. Never mind. Top is really ridiculously petty. Nobody is messing with you. You are the... You know what? I ain't gonna say it. He is just the one that is not equally yoked with the friend group here. He's the odd man out. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh my. Oh my. Neil, why did that happen to you?
ฝันกูมันไกลอ่ะกูก็ต้องเก็บตังค์ไปให้ถึงดิ
That's true. Oh wow. Wait, who's on them pants? Wait, I think it's Obama, but I need to be sure. It is, but different. I'm done. Hey, Ray. Okay. I'm gonna play this little game with you. Cause you're cute. Anybody could come in though. That's all I'm thinking about.
แค่นี้รอที่เดี๋ยวผมทำเองแล้วไงน้องแต่อีกตัวนึง
Okay, he's like, I ain't gonna play these games with you in this public place. Maybe privately, but not in public. Not the top being the literal child of a wealthy person, and you could have just went and bought him some new glasses, but let's tape. It's funny when wealthy people are stingy, that's all I'm gonna say.
เป็นไงเนี่ยมันทั้งน่ารักแล้วก็เซ็กซี่สุดในคนเดียวกันนะ
Okay, that logic don't make sense, but okay, Top. You are a man that don't make sense. Yeah, like you said. The hell? Did he sleep with this man too? Oh goodness, how many? We've known of 3 so far. Good God. This man, I knew he was out here, but dang. Mew, why are you just letting this happen? Never mind. Let it happen, I guess. Goodness. Ton. What? What about him?
อะไรของมึงวะปกติกูเห็นมึงใส่แต่ขาสั้นเสื้อยืดวันนี้อะไรของมึงเนี่ยใส่เสื้อเชิ้ตกางเกงสแล็กทำตัวแปลกๆอ่ะเนี่ย
Now, Ton. For a friends with benefits, you really is noticing things that I didn't even notice as a viewer who was analyzing the characters. All of a sudden, you noticing the way that he's dressing differently? I wonder why that is, Ton. I wonder why that is. You starting to care about Nick? Out here noticing that he's putting a little bit more effort in his wardrobe. Because I sure as hell didn't really notice it. Because I think I'm used to seeing the interviews where Mark is dressed like this. So the fact that his character is dressed like this did not just automatically go into that it's out of character for him to be dressing like this. But it is for Nick as a character to dress like this. Not for Mark as an actor, but for Nick as a character. And the fact that Ton is picking up on that, I don't know. But it looks like what I was saying over these last couple of reactions is starting to ring true. Ton do got some feelings. Okay? For Nick. And I know it's like a game with the whole top thing, but I'm not sure if he's done with it or if more shenanigans will continue. However, Ton is starting to care for Nick as more than just a sexual partner and way more than a friend. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Now you're picking up on his behavioral changes, his wardrobe changes, you know, wanting to see what's going on with him. Okay. It's not necessarily what friends need to do, but you know, out here back hugging people in a non-sexual way. This is evolution a little bit for him, because he ain't normally like this. What is this behavior, Ton? Oh, he said if you're doing it, that means I can too. Okay, Nick, I see what you're trying to do. Now, what's not going to be cool is I know for a fact that Ton is going to find that recording and he's going to think that Nick was trying to sell it. He wasn't. He was just trying to figure out the relationship between him and Top. But if Ton finds that recording before Nick tells him about it, the scene that we saw in the trailer with him saying that he never loved him is going to make a whole heck of a lot more sense, because even if that's not true, he's really pissed off that he would have the recording in the first place, instead of just asking him flat out about it. Because Ton is type that he ain't gonna lie. Okay, he may be a glaringly red flag, but he's not the type of red flag to where he would lie. Because he doesn't feel like he has to. He's just gonna be honest. That's why he's telling him so much right now. And I'm like, But if he finds out that recording, I'm telling you right now, Nick needs to delete it. He needs to delete it and make sure it cannot be found. That's all. Real cute right now, and I don't want to say it, but they real cute right now. Ooh, okay. Oh, that was out here being real romantic, like. Oh. Wow. Okay. They are actually adorable. And it seems like Ton, the way he was looking at him was like, okay. It was looking like him like, okay. After what she said about me in the elevator. Because it wasn't so much that he really cared so deeply about what they did in that car. That's a whole nother story. But what he said to him in that elevator, like he was any better. That's what Ton was looking at him like, okay. He's like, I see you. I see you. I see you. But the way that Top was looking at Ton and Nick, like he was jealous. Because he's had private conversations with both Ton and Nick that they have not told the other about. And he was looking at them like he was envious of what they had. Okay, like he was really out here. When Ton wasn't looking back at you after you walked off, you was looking back at him though. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm like, I peeped that. I'm like, So, who really can't move on here? Cute. Okay, so we're getting Ton Nick cuteness and SandRay cuteness. Ooh, I don't know how to act. Okay. How many, y'all, how many people has this man been with? Because this is getting ridiculous. Even Ton doesn't run into his flings the way that Top does. Everywhere he likes to frequent has somebody somewhere that he slept with. And Mew still is saying that he wants to sleep with this man. Like, why at this point? Why? Why? You know he's for the streets. The streets have claimed him. He belongs. He is communal dick. Why? Why? I'm trying to understand why this young man can't just find somebody else. You know, Ray already out here letting you know he was kind of into you. But now that he's hanging out with Sand, I don't really know how that's going to hold up. However, out of all the men you could choose in Bangkok alone, let alone all of Thailand, you choose Top. It's telling me a lot about Mew right now. It's telling me too much about him, and I just don't like it. Oh goodness. Even though all the signs are there, make it make sense. I just feel like Mew, he a little bit, not into the delusion, but possibly. Birthday? Yeah. Hey.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
You know this man can't sing. Now you know Ray can't sing. Sing. Okay, the mother's intuition kicking in. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. You keep thinking little gestures mean something. Well, they got ulterior motives behind them. It don't. And you do know that there's an archive feature on Instagram, so even if you did do it before with other people, you can archive it and pretend like you never did. Is this a Kim Porsche building? Yo, it looks like the Kim Porsche building a little bit. That's all to say. Yeah, because your happiness doesn't have anything to really do with Mew. You just said the reason that I like you is because I'm happy when I'm with you. Mew, it's a very bad reason. Oh, good God. He's just gonna let this happen. Okay, then. Oh, they didn't pull back the curtain. You know, what if somebody was in another high-rise and they saw you? Somebody's getting into their villain era, and I'm not sure it's gonna be Top or Mew. But so one of them is getting into a villain era. I feel it coming. So that's what is this what Mew was talking about that Ray was into? Marijuana. Him trying to compare freaking apples and oranges. I can't even.
แม่กูบอกว่าตอนเขาได้กับพ่อกูอะเขาได้กับพี่ชายหาดแต่กูได้จะเกิดตอนนั้นแหละจริงเขาเลยตั้งชื่อกูตามที่เกิดกูอะ
I'm done. This is literally conception era. Okay, that is crazy.
แต่ต้องมาคบกับพ่อกูแล้วทีนี้ก็ดันท้องมีกูก็เลยเป็นซึมเศร้า
The moment. Okay, then. They always get interrupted though. So they're drinking into an edibles. Okay then.
งูงิงเหมือนแฟนกันเลยมึงก็ดูได้เลยเดี๋ยวนางงุ้งงิงด้วยชิบหายหน้าไม่เหมือนหมาที่บ้านแน่
He do look squishy. Like he gets handsome cute real well. That's all I'm gonna say.
ได้หรือเปล่าอ่ะ
Bit.
ก็นั่งใจเลยอ่ะแต่มิว
Oh, why is Tun doing that? Why is Tun doing that? Why is Tun doing that? We have less than 4 minutes left in this episode. Why is Tun doing that? However, Sand did not let Ray know that he did kiss Mew. Without his consent, might I add. So, in a way, this did need to come out so that Sand is not fooled nor tricked that he might be being used. And I believe that's why Tun had to say a little something in this particular case. Because it was just last episode where Sand was in his bed with Mew trying to kiss him. So we can't act like Sand doesn't possibly still have lingering feelings for Mew and is Ray doesn't have lingering feelings for Mew and is using Sand as a way to get rid of them. We can't not acknowledge that as the audience watching. Is Tun saying this at an inopportune time on his man's birthday? He does not know it's his man's birthday. However, again, it does need to be said that this is possibly what Ray is doing. So, Tun being very open and honest about how his friend moves, aka Ray moves. In this case, I'm not going to consider it a bad thing. I feel like Tun should have held his tongue, maybe. Said it in a better setting, maybe. But the fact of the matter still does stand. That Sand has some type of feelings for Mew that are unresolved and that he needs to sort through. And he can't keep trying to pursue another person to get rid of his feelings for Mew. Because it's not fair to Sand. So this did need to come out. Do I think that I would have said something in this case? I would have, pulled Ray to the side and said it. But Sand does also deserve to know because Tun can read people and he did read correctly what everybody else, as we as viewers are seeing, that Sand does like Ray. And he deserves to know if Ray is messing with him and playing with him and playing with his feelings for him. So it needed to be said. It's kind of unfortunate that it came out on a drunken spiel, but it's still the truth. Tun did not tell a lie here. Unfortunately, Tun is not lying. Oh.
มีวันทีมึงเสือกขี้อะไรสัตว์
Now, Todd is out here making seemingly allegations, saying Ray is in love with Mew. We see that. They slept together, him and Mew. Okay, allegation, that part. But Ray's response to them allegations was not that I never kissed that man, cause that would be a lie. And it also wasn't that we never slept together. He just said, what does that have to do with you? So did Ray and Mew sleep together? What? And if they did, then that really does explain why Ray is having such a hard time letting go of these feelings. Because of after they kissed, in between them 2 years to now, they did sleep together. Why would Mew do that with somebody who you know has feelings for you? I'm trying to understand. He said, go to your room.
ไปเถอะพูดนะถ้ามึงมีอะไรอ่ะมึงถามกู
I feel like Sam's gonna cry.
แซนแต่จริงๆแล้วคนเรามีเวลา 24 ชั่วโมงใน1 วันเท่ากันทุกคน และทั้ง 24 ชั่วโมง
Yeah, I knew he was gonna cry. Y'all, like, this episode had a lot of revelations, just like I knew it would. And it's just really, oh, I was just like, it ain't cool, y'all. It really is, it's not cool that Sam was so, like, he was completely unaware of it. Did Boston have to say it the way he did? Hell no. But was it, at the end of the day, it was something that Sam deserved to know. And I don't like the way that Ton came at Ray like that, because it's obvious that he's upset about a couple of things. I think that Ton is complex because he's the type of person that seemingly does not care about anything, but you know that he has certain people and things that he does care about. And I think when Mew called him to let him know that he was going to sleep with Top, he felt guilty for what he did back in episode 3. And that's why he wanted to get his mind off his guilt and wanted to stay over the night at Nick's house. But then when he saw Ray, he wanted to kind of like lash out so he would feel less guilty about what he did in episode 3 and say, well, you liked Mew, you know? And so, and then when he mentioned like 2-timing, and that is just how Ton felt in regards to Top. That he was 2-timing because he was out here in that car in episode 3 with Ton, all the while trying to say he likes Mew. And then also himself, because he was out here exclusively sleeping with Nick alone before he did what he did in episode 3 with Top. So Ton has a lot of guilt that is bleeding out into his relationships with his friend group. Because he's lashing at Ray, because I don't want to say Ray is an easier target, but yeah, that's why. But he also is trying to he's also trying to rationalize it in that he's just letting Sam be aware of what exactly is going on so he doesn't get hurt later. But it was Sam crying at the end of the episode for me. And Ray's eyes watering because he felt bad and felt guilty too. Because I know Ray got feelings for Sam, but I do know. And then when he tried to give him the option to at least ask him about Mew and Sam not wanting to know, I know that hurt Ray a little bit. But it was the episode 6 preview and Mew punching Ray for me. Because over Top, you punching your best friend over Top? Over Top. You punching Ray over the top. Yeah, that would be the end of our friendship. With all due disrespect, that would be the end of our friendship. Now, Ton, you can punch him for what he did with Top in the car in episode 3. But just punching Ray over Top in that episode 6 preview? Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Okay, nah, I don't know. I don't know what Mew is gonna be on in episode 6, but he need to wake up from the delusion. Because I don't know. But it looks like we're gonna get more Ton and Nick fluff. I feel like Ton is starting to have actual genuine feelings for Nick. We gonna see what that do. But I do know as soon as he finds out about that recording, he is gonna say some things he might regret saying to Nick. That's all I'm gonna say. As soon as he finds out about Nick's recording, if Nick doesn't just be honest and tell him he has it, he is going to say regretful things to Nick, and he might not be able to get him back after that point. So I'm hoping that Ton, you know, we can't tell with that man, but he is a very forthcoming man in terms of the character. So we just gonna see. But yeah, y'all, those are my ramblings and my final thoughts in regards to Only Friends episode 5. And y'all, it's gonna get deep because we're coming on the halfway mark in episode 6. It's gonna be 12 episodes. So we gonna see. We're gonna see what other things get revealed. And then also the fact that they alluded to the possibility that Ray and Mew slept together. I'm hoping that's not true. Because then that would put even more things in perspective in terms of Ray's feelings for Mew. I'm just hoping it's not true. That's all. But yeah, y'all, again, that is it. We have reached the end of the video. And if y'all stayed until the end of this video, I want to thank you so much for watching. And if you're watching this video on YouTube and you're a subscriber on the channel, I want to thank you so much for being a subscriber on the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube and you have yet to subscribe to the channel, do not forget to do so. And also, if you're watching this on Patreon, I want to thank you so much for being a patron. Your support is so very much appreciated. And I will see y'all in the next reaction or the next video on the channel or Patreon. But until then, y'all, bye.